start, or what are
No,
we doing?
No, we good. We getting ready to start.
Okay.
Meeting you
My computer's
where you
slow,
are.
first one.
The meaning behind the slogan is that we meet the community where they are. On
We
the
are
journey towards
live. Thank you
holistic
for
health,
tuning in to
a
Naijha's
plant-based lifestyle, and veganism, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. We do this through people, food, events, and culture. Our 6 pillars are earth, eating, education, empowerment, enlightenment, and events. We are Black Veg Society.
Okay, thank you for tuning in. Let me help you, a loved one or friend, find your vegan soul through food, people, events, and culture. We are in the season of giving, and did you know during the holiday gift giving season, a popular choice for gift donations are programs that send live farm animals as gifts to help alleviate hunger and poverty in low-income countries. But here to talk more about how we can give more compassionately and save the planet and ourselves is no other than a close friend of mine, Dawn Moncrief, a founder of A Well-Fed World. Dawn, how are you? I'm so happy to have you on finally.
I know, finally. It's so wonderful to be here, but I mean the timing is perfect. So that's great.
It is. Talk to us. What is Plants-4-HUNGER? Tell us about this.
All right. Well, this is a campaign. I started it as an education campaign back in the late 90s when there was barely even an internet. It was just a little web page. But then around 2009, I'd already been working in the nonprofit community. I was able to spin it off to be its own program as opposed to just a little part of other programs. So as a lot of your listeners probably know, the main reasons a lot of people are plant-based is because of their health, and the animals and the environment. But a fourth part of that is global food security. And it usually gets a little bit of mention, but we're one of the few organizations that really leads with global food security. And we're a facilitator. So I like to joke, but it's not a joke. I'm like, I don't cook the food. I don't distribute the food. I don't grow it, but we write about it. I present about it, and then we raise money. And we give it to our network. So we know just amazing groups on the ground. A lot of them, Naijha, and then we facilitate the funding to get to the groups who are doing the work in their own communities. We don't tell people how to do it. I don't know how to do it, but we find the groups that are doing the work. They're doing it well, but they don't have access to, like, U.S. donors in particular. As a U.S.-based organization, we have a lot of people who want to be able to give to low-income countries and communities. We also help groups in the U.S., as you know. And this is just a great way to do it. And we give for the Plants-4-HUNGER campaign that you're on that page right now, we give 100%. So, we raise our money for our organization separately. People can give where needed most. It comes to us, but they can give to Plants-4-HUNGER. We send it all. And I'm like, we're great because they're great, So it helps that it's not like, hey, just give it all away. And as we're going to talk about, we're partnering with Black Veg Society to promote this organization that I just joined the board of that's amazing in Africa, Malnutrition Matters. And even if you hover over that donate bar at the very top, you can see that it'll pull down one of the options is the Africa Soy Project. So you have to hit the designation drop down to see it. Okay. When it pulls up, but anyway, yeah, we can talk more about it. I'll stop there. But yeah, hit that little button where needed most, and you'll see it drop down, and it'll show the Africa Soy Project.
Oh, there we go. Yes. Black Veg Society is partnering with A Well-Fed World on this initiative. Dawn, I have to tell you, and if folks don't know, Dawn and the Welfare World were instrumental in getting Black Veg Society off the ground. And I was looking for my little applause button so I can give a hand for that, because had it not been for your organization, I don't know where we would be today. So we definitely are so appreciative of the support that you've given us over the 10 years. So yes, we are partnering in this. You taught me about the global hunger impact of the vegan movement, why people should go vegan. And this is important because it impacts Black and brown people mostly, right?
Unfortunately, yes. Yes, that is the race and gender overlap with hunger and poverty globally is extremely pronounced, and with women and girls also. Anytime there's scarcity, women and girls are going to be even further impacted. So yes.
I'm listening to the things that are going on in Sudan and all around the world. Like you said, women and girls. It's just unfortunate. So folks, the ticker is running on the bottom. So the website is there, welfareworld.org. No-animal-gifts. What?
And they can hit any button. If they even just go to the main website, that I have it on the main donate button, it'll pull up as an option, and we're going to see everything that comes through that's designated. So we'll let you know, what the total is, so you can, give some shout outs if you want, or just, let folks know it makes a difference.
I'm definitely going to give. I always give. Why is the work that A Well-Fed World does so important? Please talk to us about that. Like, people they don't even know. I mean, I have you on our Black Veg Society page, folks. You can go there and click on Earth, the Earth. And your page pops up. Why is your work so important, Dawn?
Well, like I just said, I mean, we're important because of the groups we're facilitating. Black, right? You just start out. You've got the heart. You've got all the tools it takes, but really just could use a little bit of help with a little bit of funding and maybe some infrastructure. And then look at what you created. I mean, that's not me, but look, I know great people doing great work, and a little bit of funding, a little bit of support can just do wonders. And we get a lot of folks. I mean, again, your members are going to be very plant-based leaning and stuff, but even non-plant-based folks love this project because like Heifer International and some of the other animal giftings, they're very expensive. It's kind of misleading. On that page, you can also link to the harms of animal gifting in particular. They're very endearing, right? You see these cute children hugging these animals, but what they don't tell you, it's still a slaughter industry at its core. It's very misleading, but it's also misleading that when people say buy a goat, you're not buying a goat for a family, not even a little bit. Like, it's a fund, but they will have in the small print that it can be used anywhere. It can be redirected to high salaries, high fundraising. Heifer International CEO makes over $400,000 a year. Their fundraising budget is $38 million. $38 million. So,
wow.
And then they will even appeal to plant-based folks because they do have bees, which have their own problems. So, look that up. That we're not supporting that, but also you can plant trees. Please don't plant trees with Heifer International. We work with plant-based groups that are planting trees, and again, Green Generation Initiative is based in Africa, planting trees within their own community, and so you don't need to go through an organization that has this really high overhead. And we ourselves are small, but we still facilitate about $1 million a year. But that's nothing when you're talking about $38 million just for fundraising, Heifer International.
Right. You're mighty. Yes. And you have a lot of fans, my people, Chili's on Wheels. Go, Dawn. Love A Welfare World. Thank you for championing food access. And my mom is here too. Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in, Mom. Mom, this is Dawn Moncrief, A Welfare World. They've been funding and supporting Black Veg Society since we started. So I'm so happy that you're on to see who has been supporting us and doing all this incredible work around the world, all through plant-based food. Yes, it is great. It's spiritual, it's good, and it's helping the world. That's why it's called A Welfare World. Dawn, what other initiatives would you like us to know about?
Hi, we have, as you know, if anybody's been to your events, we've got a free climate-friendly food guide on the website. And that photo right there you're looking at with the women, global grants and fiscal sponsorships, this is the project that's being supported. It's actually a group called Malnutrition Matters. And it's been around a long time. It's based in Canada, but it's shifting. All its executive leadership is going to Kenya right now. And so it's in that process, African-led, as during this as it becomes transitioned over. So that's really great. And these are low cost machines that allow the soybeans to be processed into soy milk, into tofu, into flour for protein rich baked goods. And because when women have the power, the money more likely goes to feed the families directly and then also reinvested. So then they sell their goods, so their families are nourished, then they sell the goods, the community is nourished, they have more income, girls can go to school. It's an amazing project. They're low cost technologies. I just love it so much. We also have a PB&J campaign. We're going to where we simply say, hey, instead of eating that turkey sandwich, have yourself PB&J or any variation, right? But people really like that. It's a fun campaign. We're going to be running a petition to try to get Starbucks and Dunkin' and other cafes to have peanut butter. So a lot of peanut butter and beans. We lean into beans, like we're elevating lentils, leaning into beans. Any plant-based is better than the alternatives, but also, of course, we want to like people to. So yeah.
And peanut butter and jelly is so simple. My husband loves peanut butter and jelly. I mean, you can't go wrong with it. I mean, it's so nutritious and delicious. So I don't know what the problem is. I really let me know what you need from me for the Dunkin' and the other campaigns, because I'm definitely a Dunkin' rewards customer. I will help out with that.
Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, I have to sneak it in for my mom. It's really, I think we can get the American Heart Association and diabetes people on board too, because people need protein. They have bagels, right? If they just had coffee, but they have bagels. You have bagels. Anybody has bagels or muffins or toast, you need to have peanut butter. I'm tired of sneaking it in for my mom.
Exactly.
I'll pay you $2. Come on.
Exactly. I'm an avocado toast person, so I love avocado. Dawn, is there anything else? One thing I wanted to ask, are there any specific challenges that you're experiencing that you need help with? So we know there's a call to action for donating to the Plants for Hunger. Is there anything else that you can think of right now before we let you go that we can help you with? And how can we best connect and support you on that?
Well, let me just say that this Plants for Hunger is designed as a gift-giving campaign, and we have custom e-cards. So as soon as people donate, they can donate in somebody's honor. So either for the holidays, for New Year's, for birthdays, just to appreciate somebody who inspires you. And so for folks to keep that in mind, and we might not always have the BBS sponsored link right there, but the soy micro business is for women. That's Malnutrition Matters. It's at malnutrition.org. That's the group we're sponsoring.
I'm going to share it right now
for the partnership. And again, 100% is going. If we can send 110, we will. But I don't want to overpromise. I'd rather just promise the basics and deliver greater if we can. We're just so thrilled to be in touch and finally be here. And I guess I'll let people know. So the way it impacts global hunger, just really briefly, is that, animals eat much more food than they produce. And so when you do that, you're requiring more global resources, and that puts upward pressure on prices. So it's not quite the same as maybe when we were kids. They're like, hey, you have to eat all that because somebody's hungry somewhere else in the world, right? But all that inefficiency, if you care about food waste, why does food waste matter? For the same reason food waste matter, eating animal products mattered, because it's really inefficient. It's basically a form of food waste, since it's not needed, that animals are eating all this food. And it's even much greater for folks in your listenership who know that they might know 16-1, that like cows eat 16 pounds of grain to produce 1 pound of beef. That's very common in the veg community. It's actually more like 25-1. And we have that information on our website, awfw.org or a wellfedworld.org under feed ratios. And so what that means is if somebody's eating a hamburger patty, just a small one, just a 100 calorie hamburger patty, beef patty, 25-to-1 ratio means that cow ate 2,500 calories to produce that one little 100-calorie patty, and that's enough calories to feed an adult active male. So I mean, it's a lot of waste and putting all that strain on the global food system. Even if you think, oh, it's scarcity, not distribution, or it's distribution, not scarcity. It's not that simple. It puts upward pressure, and we bid food away from the poorest of the poor. We did it during the Ethiopian famine. I was so shocked in the 80s. I was really shaped by that. And then I found out, that's actually a common practice where low-income countries, food insecure countries, will export food to be used as livestock feed for wealthier populations.
And I learned that through you. You did a presentation at the Baltimore Ethical Society here some years ago, where you taught, and that was the next thing that I said, oh my goodness, like I have the spirit here, because if people don't know, then this is why you have the consumption of meat and the lack of understanding what's really going on in the world economy. So Dawn, I really appreciate you coming on. Folks, Black Veg Society is partnering with A Well-Fed World on the Plants for Hunger initiative. Please go to, I had the website here where it is, awellfedworld.org/no-animal-gifts. Give to A Well-Fed World, select the soy
African Soy Project. Yep. It'll say BVS on it. And anywhere on our website, they'll find it. So they can just get to it easily. Don't worry about a long URL. Y'all will find it. It's on the navigation
and we'll
bar.
Share that all around. How long is the campaign going on? Is it during the month of December?
Plants for Hunger is year round. It just kicks into high gear for December for obvious reasons. And we're going to keep the BBS link up at least through the weekend. So
I love it. Folks, please show your support. Dawn, how can they connect with you directly if they need to? Is it just
the information's on the website. Just my name, Dawn, at awfw.org. Our phone number, all that information on the website. We don't keep you at bay. There's a contact thing. It'll have our phone number that goes right to me. There's our emails there. Yeah. I
appreciate you. Folks, I'm going to bring on our next partnership, which is Debra Wasserman of Baltimore-based Vegetarian Resource Group.
Hi, Dawn. Hi, Naijha. Hi.
Yes, you guys know each other, of course.
We've known of each other for a long time.
Yeah. So we're all in the right circle, and Black Veg Society is so appreciative of the partnership and the support. So Debra, now you're up. You got to talk to us about what's going on in your end.
Sure. Thanks for having me on. The Vegetarian Resource Group is a national nonprofit. We began in 1982. So I have been promoting veganism forever. We do our main goal is to reach out to mainstream. We work with health professionals, food service individuals, students, businesses, you name it. The goal is to make it easy for anyone to be vegan. One project we've been doing for a long time is reaching out to registered dietitians by exhibiting for over 37 years at their national convention.
Wow.
By doing this, we're getting reliable, accurate vegan information to health professionals in their hand. And many people don't realize, but dietitians often have large buying power. They may be in charge of ordering all the food for the military branches, like the Army, or someone may be in charge of ordering food for an entire hospital chain or a senior citizen, like assisted living program. And it goes on and on and on. So they have a lot of buying power, and you want to make sure they know what really is vegan and what is not, and what would work in a food service. We've also been commissioning national polls by reputable organizations such as YouGov or Harris Polls to find out the trend of how many people are vegan, also what vegans would like to eat and not eat, and that sometimes is surprising. Also, where they're from, what part of the country, the income of vegans. And this information that we gather, and we've been doing it since 1997, 1994, this data is very valuable to businesses when they're making decisions on what products to produce. Also, we produce Vegan Journal, which, as the title says, is a vegan magazine. We've been doing that for all along. We produce vegan brochures. Finally, we submit testimony to the USDA and FDA when it's appropriate. And we know for sure that we've had significant impact on policy changes that make it easier for people to be vegan in all situations. Our work is very important because we're proud that our materials are very scientifically based and it's accepted by mainstream. All the nutrition materials we produce are done by vegans or doctors, and their reputation is very good, so it's well received. One project we're working on right now is to compile a list of senior facilities that offer vegan food on a regular basis. Today, many institutions in the senior center do offer vegetarian options, but very few offer vegan. And just by approaching these independent or senior or assisted living locations or nursing homes and asking the simple question, do you have vegan options on a regular basis, will make them at least think of adding it. We did the same approach about 20 years ago with college campuses. And as many people know, today, almost every university has vegan food available, and in some cases have entire vegan dining halls. So just throwing out that question to senior establishments should hopefully make them think about having vegan options. And it's more than the vegan population that's going to want it. A lot of people today have stopped eating red meat. So that alone tells me that they're going to be looking for alternatives in these senior centers.
Yes, much needed.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Believe it or not, some people that are vegan may end up in a nursing home or assisted living location. It's already happening.
Exactly.
And if you just want to make sure they can be healthy, they're not going to change your eating, and you don't want them to starve.
I think everywhere you go where you don't see an option, there should be something said. I go to conferences, and if I don't see it, I say I go to health fairs, and if I don't see, it, I say something. I think we need to speak up every time we don't see options, and not like, as a nuisance, but as, as a matter of fact, times are changing, and, more and more people are living this lifestyle, and we need to have these options.
Right. Totally. Just asking can make a big difference. They always say in a store, if you want to get a product in, all you have to do is get 2 or 3 people to ask for that vegan food item, and it'll show up in the store. Exactly. It doesn't take many people asking for it to happen. Another project we're doing right now is creating more short videos, since the younger population doesn't really do anything but watch videos. They don't actually read. So they need all visuals. So we're doing a lot more of that now. Some of the videos will be related to an issue of Vegan Journal. So for example, we recently did an issue that focused on all the plant milks that are available today. But the fact is, even though they're readily available in all supermarkets, a lot of people will look at them but have no idea what you do with them, which one to pick for what. And so, for example, we've done 3 videos recently on plant milks. One is just in general on what type of plant milk you'll use to make a particular dish. We did one on what happens when you use different plant milks just to make vegan pudding from a mix. And the texture comes out completely different, and we show people the differences. And people might like their pudding different ways, but it shows you how there can be a difference by using, let's say, soy milk versus cashew milk versus coconut milk. They're all different because of the texture.
Texture is everything. People with cheese, that's why it's hard when people are transitioning to vegan. The cheese is a big thing. Milk is a big thing. So yes, absolutely.
And then also we are doing now our national annual scholarship contest for graduating high school seniors that promote veganism in their community. Every year, thanks to wonderful anonymous donors who have contributed a lot of money, we are able to give away several $5,000 college scholarships and one $10,000 college scholarship every year. And we usually get several hundred people applying. And it must be someone who's been promoting veganism at least for 2 years on a regular basis. You can't just have started yesterday. It's competitive. It's very difficult to win, but we're proud to say that we've been doing it for over 20 years now. And some of the winners told us they would not have gone to college without the scholarship we gave them. Some have become vegan doctors. Some are now vegan environmental lawyers, you name it. So it's very rewarding. Another thing we do is we investigate on a regular basis food ingredients to determine if they're vegan or not. It's a very difficult job because of proprietary information. The woman in our organization who researches this has a strong science background, so she can ask enough questions to figure out whether an item is vegan or not. She also goes to the sources of who's actually manufacturing that ingredient. And all that information is on our website, vrg.org, and it's a food ingredient guide, and you can find it on our website. So when you go to the supermarket and look at the label and you have no idea what all those long words mean, this will help you a lot. Let's see, we've been helping other groups on a regular basis. For example, we've worked with you, Naijha.
Yes, giving out all the journals and the pamphlets. I love the Save the Water and the Vegan Diet in a Nutshell and the vegan. Let me tell you something, we can't keep those journals stocked. It's the same like the climate friendly food guide. Like folks just take that stuff. They love it.
Come swing by again and get some more. But we've been doing this all along because we started as a small local nonprofit and know how difficult it is to have the money to produce your own materials. And since we're able to do it on a large scale and it becomes cheaper to do it that way, we offer all our brochures and vegan journals to both groups and individuals that are reaching out to their community. We'll send it for free. If you can make a donation, that's wonderful. It helps us too because it gets our materials out, but it makes the group have a better exhibit when they're doing outreach and also to answer people's questions. Some of the brochures are very specific. For example, one is on vegan pregnancy and childhood. There is not very much information on that out there. And especially for a vegan infant or let's say a toddler, you have no idea how much food to be giving them to meet all the requirements. Right. And our dietitian has a very practical guide at every different age group of how much food, what food you should be eating and what quantity. We also have teen brochures and other items. Do you have any questions, Naijha?
I was looking at your get involved because that's very important, getting involved. Any challenges that you're trying to overcome right now that you need assistance with from Black Veg Society or from anyone that's listening out there?
Okay, that's great questions. One is obviously since we run this scholarship contest every year, the deadline is in February, but we ask for people to apply earlier if possible. Although I must say 18-year-olds will all do it on the deadline date and be calling us at midnight to see if it was too late. But anyhow,
adults do that too when it comes to grants.
Yes, well, yeah, everyone does that. But anyhow, if you know of any high school seniors in the vegan movement who are promoting veganism on a regular basis, make sure they know about it. They should apply. Also, we, as I said, get over 200 applications for that scholarship contest. And we use all volunteers to acknowledge every single entry to encourage the students to continue their work. So even if someone doesn't win, they're getting an encouraging letter. Most people today, when they apply for college scholarships, never hear anything about their application unless they win. And it's awful because in our case, it's a lot of work to apply. So we have volunteers. And if you'd like to do that, we would email you their essay. You just write up a short paragraph encouraging them for what they're doing, and then we'll forward it to them. And the students appreciate it, and many of them say that we're the only one that thanked them for applying. So I feel good about that. Also, we have an online veggie restaurant guide to the US and Canada. If you ever want to volunteer writing up entries for that, we use all volunteers for that as well. And again, if you want to hand out our materials, that would be wonderful. When there's obstacles, it's basically just getting out the information more. So we create the materials. We do exhibit all over the country, but obviously everywhere. So if
Right.
you hand them out, we love it.
And I love handing them. So you already know, in all the time that we've been connected, I reach out for guides, and we have members on the board that reach out for guides. So we're all reaching out for guides, and it's important because sometimes people don't want to come to you directly. They want to do things on their own. That's why we have you under the empowerment emblem on our website. Empower yourself, because the information is out there, and you can do all the research yourself. You don't have to listen to us, and that's very important. How else? How has the partnership, on top of us giving out guides and sharing information, how do partnerships such as the one you have with Black Veg Society help VRG? I think that's important. Collaborations, partnerships, we need to thrive that way. There's power in numbers. How does that help?
Exactly, the power in numbers. I mean, there's never enough people doing outreach. The interest is there. Like I said, we always focus on mainstream and reach out to the public. And I'll tell you, no matter where you go with the information, there's a tremendous amount of interest. So you just have to be available. So that's how it helps.
You know, it feels like it's my birthday today. I've never had Dawn on. I've never had you on, Debra. So this, I'm happy. I already got my gift.
Yes, and it finally worked.
How can people best get in contact with you at VRG, Debra? Anything else you want to say before we?
Sure. Well, first go to our website, vrg.org. We have a wonderful Facebook, Instagram. We have a blog. All previous issues of Vegan Journal are available for free on our website. So you could just go there. We just give out. We do so much original research in these publications.
$3.99.
You just, and you could Google, there's an index. I mean, not Google, look up in our index any topic. For example, if you have 1 million tomatoes during the summer and don't know what to do with them, just Google it and recipes would come up. If you don't know what to feed a senior citizen who's vegan, just Google that on our site and you'll get the information. And you can email us at vrg@org.
I see you, Chili's on Wheels. They are sharing out, very important, because they deal with the youth steering committee over at the Friends of the Earth. And if you haven't heard of the initiative there, the Plant Power School Meals Coalition, which Black Veg Society is a founding member of. So it's near and dear to our heart. And we love to share that information, people that need to join that coalition. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate y'all. If I don't see you face to face, here is my happy holidays and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all of that, and a very blessed, safe, and joyful New Year. And I will see you then.
To you too.
Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Debra. Have a good one. Thanks, everyone. Share out. Don't forget, donate.
Meeting you where you are. The meaning behind the slogan is that we meet the community where they are, on their journey towards holistic health, a plant-based lifestyle, and veganism, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. We do this through people, food, events, and culture. Our 6 pillars are earth, eating, education, empowerment, enlightenment, and events. We are Black Veg Society.